discover coastal NC active adult communities, location, cost, and features. So just to let you know, this webinar is being recorded, and you'll be able to find it on my YouTube channel, which is Creekmore Realty Group. Also, you'll be able to find these on our websites. We have multiple websites, which will share that more with you, but we do not share names and emails and photos and things of that nature. So you're completely protected. So a little bit about me. I am Christopher Columbus Creekmore's, what my dad chose to name me. And that was because I was born on Columbus Day. And I've been in the real estate business for 2 months shy of 3 decades. So been in this for a while. The last 15 years now, I've been specializing in the active adult communities here at the coast of North Carolina. I am a full-blown 100% to the core military brat. So I was born in Okinawa, just turned 60. And through the course of my life, I've done many things, but I also attended NC State. State is not my alma mater. I did not graduate, but I'd spent a lot of years there. I have owned my own real estate company prior to owning Creekmore Realty Group. That was Mountain Lake Properties in Tennessee. Had very extensive background in developing property, land acquisitions, sales and marketing of large developments. Since I've been at the coast of North Carolina, I've been a premier partner agent with 55 places. I've been a Platinum Club member 8 times now with 55 places, which is a marketing company that basically helps people learn more about communities in the active adult that are attractive to the active adult. My business is powered by EXP, and here it tells you that I've been an icon 4 times in a row. I have, which basically means that I am very experienced. I've done lots of transactions. I'm married to my witty, beautiful Cindy, and she has granted me the adopted status of GPAW. And I am also building a team. I have a team. A lot of my team members are on this call right now. Again, for those of you that are joining, this whole webinar is about learning the active adult communities and the more amenitized communities. So we'll get started a little bit by also sharing with you our particular method of how we help people learn about active adult communities.
Hey, this is Chris Creekmore Realty Group and EXP Realty at the coast of North Carolina. Wanted to take just a moment to describe to you our methodology and how we help our clients find the right house in the right area. So let's break this down. The glass is the area. The vodka is the community. The olive, that's the house. What we want to make sure we do is we drop the olive in the right glass.
So, you know, as they say, the right house in the wrong area is the wrong house. So that's just a particular process. We want to help you learn the area. We want to help you learn the communities and narrow down what is the best community for you or area. Some people are not looking to be in a community. They may just want to be close to the beach and just in a neighborhood. We help people with that as well. So looking at this map was color-coded in a degree to help you understand that there are 3 regions for this Brunswick County area, and they all have a different flavor. This darker shade of green is an area that people who choose this area do so because of the proximity to Myrtle Beach, Sunset Beach, Ocean Isle Beach, and Holden Beach. So it's a plethora of golf courses, a mecca of golf courses in this area, as well as easy proximity to the beaches. People who chose this mid-shade green, they love the charm of Southport, an old historic maritime town of Southport. And there's great golf courses down here and great active adult communities, as well as some smaller ones. This map is available for you, just so everybody knows. If you look in the bottom right corner, retiretonc.com. If you go onto that website, on the main page, scroll down, you'll see this map, and you can download it, put it right on your computer. This map was created to help you understand where these communities are within the area. The lighter shade of green, people choose this area for its proximity to Wilmington in large part. That's a big reason. The bigger medical centers are there. Costco is there. Just the historic riverfront. We'll talk about that a little bit, but people do choose that lighter shade of green because they'd like to be closer to the Wilmington area. So, all right, I'd like to have this be as interactive as you want it to be. So I'm turning everybody's mic on, and you can mute it, but I'm just letting you know that I'm turning everybody's mic on should you have any questions moving forward.
Chris, Warren and Kay Bryan joining from Sarasota. So it looks like the chat feature may just be on for host and panelists. Can Linus or you check into that? And I don't think our guests can interact there on the chat.
They wouldn't. It's the Q&A.
Okay, so yeah,
Q&A.
put questions into the Q&A. I can see
Gotcha.
those questions.
Thank you.
Again, so people who are joining this webinar, the main intent is to help you understand what area you may want to focus on when you do come visit. Our team is very specialized in all the active adult communities and the amenitized communities. If it has a pool, I can guarantee you we've helped somebody purchase property in there. But this map would be just totally congested if I put every single one on there. So I just limited it to the more popular. So people are choosing Brunswick County for the most part if they're looking for an active adult community because of the number of communities that are there. The taxes are a little bit lower. You've got almost 50 miles of beach, multiple golf courses. There are a few active adult communities in Wilmington, which is New Hanover County, and there are starting to be more in Pender County. So this tri-county area, we do cover the entire area, but the majority of the majority of the communities are in Brunswick County. So Brunswick County, because of the influx of retirees that want to be here, it is the fastest growing county in the state of North Carolina, and we've seen 85% growth in the last, well, now almost 25 years. But what's really striking about this, and this is why I put the circle around here, this is the 6th largest county in the state of North Carolina, and it's still 70% undeveloped. So we are not feeling on top of each other. Even though there's substantial growth, we are not feeling on top of each other, and infrastructure is moving quite rapidly to keep up with the pace of the growth. So why do people choose this area? Low property taxes. Most of the people are coming from a very high tax state, be it New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. So we have a huge amount of people that are coming from the northern states. We do have 4 seasons. we just had a major snowstorm. For us, it was 2 inches. For you, if you're living up north, 2 inches is a sneeze. But for us, it was quite significant. The last time we had 2 inches of snow was 2011. In 2014, I think we had an ice storm. We have 48 miles. It's 48 miles from the South Carolina line to this highway, Highway 17. It's 48 miles to the South Carolina line to the Cape Fear River. Well, now there's well over 30 amenity-rich communities. Our beaches, this is kind of confusing to a lot of people. Our beaches are separated by the Intracoastal Waterway. So people will say to me all the time, Chris, I want to get on my golf cart and I want to ride to the beach. Well, you can do that in Myrtle Beach. And in some cases, you can't do that in Brunswick County. But because our islands are barrier islands and they're separated from the mainland by the Intracoastal Waterway, you have to cover a bridge to get onto the islands. So there's trade-offs for everything. But that is also, the ICW also protects us from water surges, where flooding is not a main issue here. Do we get hurricanes? Yeah, you know, but nothing that nothing by any stretch of the means that says to me I need to move. The major epicenters for our area are Southport, Charlotte, and Leland in the Brunswick County area. Now, certainly the cities are Wilmington and Myrtle Beach. So going back to my martini method of buying real estate, my area may be Leland, my town is Leland, but my city is Wilmington. My area, my glass, if you will, may be Charlotte, and my city is Myrtle Beach. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. We've got 3 major hospitals, we've got 2 international airports, and 3 golf courses. Again, Q&A is open. If anybody has any questions that you want to drop into the Q box, I can see that. Okay, so what does it cost to live in Brunswick County? So from last year, the average selling price was just under $500,000. That's up just a modest 1.9% from the year before. Now, these statistics that I'm showing here on the screen are single-family homes only. We did not add condos into here. We did not add industrial property or any of that. If you add all that in Brunswick County, we did about $2.6 billion in sales. But looking at just single-family homes, just to give you a snapshot, our growth in sold properties at a very steady pace of almost 2%. And the average selling price actually went down just a little bit, down 0.37% from the year, which is good. This is good news. Our days on the market, because of the number of properties that are coming in Brunswick County, our days on the market are now just a little over 66 days on the market. So that's Brunswick County at large. So what is an active adult community? Does it mean that it's age restricted? Well, in some places it is, and in some communities here in Brunswick County, they are age restricted. But dating back to 1980, when the first community started to develop over here, people have been vacationing here for eons, and then the light bulb went on and said, you know, maybe I want to retire here. And buildings started and communities started. So because of the people who are coming here tend to be those that are looking for, you know, their final hoorah, if you will, there never really has been a need to say, you must be 55 and older. All these communities were created with that in place, but not actually so far as had to be age restricted. Now, Del Webb is one of the few that does have age restricted requirement. John, thank you for the question. John asked, what is the percentage of new construction versus resale? Excellent question. So there is quite a lot of opportunity in new construction. We have new communities that are coming into the area all the time. We just got a press release about a development that will be with Ryan Homes. That'll be 3,600 homes. If you read our newspaper, which Star News or Wilmington Business Journal or my website, Retire to NC, you'll see that we're always announcing new development. So what the exact percentage is, I'd say it's probably over 50% of new construction versus resale. So lots of opportunity for that. And we are absolutely skilled in new construction as well as resale. And I will touch on that just a little bit more as we go forward, John. So again, there's not been the necessity to go so far as being age restricted. Some communities are heavily amenitized and some are not. What the developers have found when they're creating these developments that are targeted or built with age with the 55 and older is walking paths. Number one, that's the number one requested amenity that people are looking for. At least an outdoor pool. There are some with indoor pools. Clubhouses, a place to congregate, a place to volunteers to meet, a place for mahjong, a place for Bible study, woodworking, all those kind of things these communities offer, which, by the way, my next webinar, which will be almost 30 days from now, will be all about social connectivity and what these communities offer in terms of social connection. Fitness centers, indoor pools, pickleball. Pickleball is huge. And of course, golf and social clubs. That's what people are looking for, and that's what defines an active adult community, is one that checks those boxes and has some of those things that people are looking for. So pickleball, wine clubs, kayaking, golf, these are big attractions for the area. So thinking about 3 different glasses, 3 different areas, ultimately 3 different martinis. So this glass that I'm showing you here is the northeast corner Leland. In Leland, you've got multiple popular communities that have multiple amenities in that area. To put things in perspective, Brunswick Forest is about 6 minutes to downtown Wilmington. The Bluffs is also about 6 miles, I'm sorry, 10 or 12 minutes to downtown, 6 miles. The Bluffs also about that same distance. Compass Pointe about that same distance to historic downtown. So people who are choosing this glass, the Leland glass, are doing so because they like what historic Wilmington has to offer, as well as the communities themselves. Airport, very close to the airport. ILM Airport is expanding, has just added a 3rd hub. The River Park has been added, the Live Oak River Park, where you've got outdoor entertainment all the time. This Compass Pointe is one of the popular communities that has a lazy river. The river walk in itself, if you look at what actually put Wilmington on the map, it was the river walk, which was started in 1980s when they started to build that. and then medical services. So just looking at dollars and cents for the Leland area. So average value of property is selling price is 421, 671. This is the number of properties that are sold. Also, the sales prices come down just a tad. Nice and healthy. Days on market just shy of 60. So if you go on to nccoastallivinghomes.com, this is where you can see homes that are for sale. And you can also look here for different homes that are for sale in different communities. So this particular website, nccoastallivinghomes.com, is created to segment these communities so that you can focus on your search. So the second glass, this glass is the glass that people are choosing to get closer to Southport, a very historic town. Michelle asked a question, do community members typically get discounts on greens? A Brunswick County resident will get discount in golf courses. If you are a member of a particular golf community, then certainly you'll get discounts and preferred tee times. And then we also have great programs here in the Brunswick County area. You've got Brunswick First Tee, where you pay $100 a year and you have about 25, 30 courses that you can play in a round robin for only $25, including cart. We also, because Myrtle Beach is not too far from us, we also have the Myrtle Beach Passport, and you can pay, I think that's $87 a year, and then you kind of get a list of what's on sale, if you will, for discounts for particular golf courses. So we've got great programs outside of the community and also inside of the community. But if you are a Brunswick County resident, then you automatically get 10% discount on golf courses. In this area, St. James and Winding River are the most popular that are in this particular area. St. James is a different animal from Winding River and many of the other communities in that owning land or a home in St. James does not entitle you to use the swimming pools. So I like people to know, one of my mantras is to make reality match expectations. So one of the things I'd like people to know, if St. James is on your radar and it's a great community for the people that live there, but it also requires a club membership. If you want to know more about the club membership, what that costs, I can absolutely, or anybody on my team can go over that with you. Winding River, on the other hand, does not require a club membership. So the HOA, the swimming pool, and the pickleball courts, all those things fall under the HOA, whereas at St. James, those things do not fall under the HOA. With the exception of two things, or one thing that is very important for Winding River and St. James. Beach Club. If you own property in Winding River or St. James, then that gives you a beach club, which is an amenity. What is a beach club? A beach club, think of a beach cottage, beach house on the beach without bedrooms. That's what a beach club is. St. James and Winding River actually has a beach club with a pool on the ocean. So there's only 7 communities that offer beach clubs. St. James and Winding River are 2 of the 7. From Southport, you can get on the ferry, go into the tip of the Cape, which is Wilmington, and also on to Bald Head Island, which is just a fun thing to do. Great communities. Again, Southport is a charming town. This gives you an idea of what a beach club looks like for St. James with the pool. Great, charming town. So average selling price a little bit higher in the southern end of the county, Southport area. So 544 and change. Fewer properties are sold. Not quite half, but about half of the number of properties in this area, the Southport corridor, Southport Charlotte corridor. Again, prices are holding really very stable, down just almost 1.2%. Days on the market a little bit higher, and part of the reason the days on the market a little bit higher is because the cost of the homes are a little bit higher. So again, you can go on to nccoastallivinghomes.com or retiretonc.com, this website right here, and you can look at properties based on community. So really good resources to learn more about the community and what properties may be for sale in that area. The southwest corner of the county, which the epicenter for that southwest corner is Charlotte. The city would be Myrtle Beach. So people are choosing this area because they very much like the activity and the availability of getting onto the ocean. The communities are not as large as the ones in Southport, like St. James, or Leland, like Brunswick Forest and Compass Point. And also price point is a little bit less in the Southport area. I think it was John, you were asking about new construction. We are seeing much more new construction in this area. There's a big development right on the South Carolina line, which is called, Karen, what's the name of that community? Coastal
Club of the Carolinas.
Coastal Club of the Carolinas. Yeah, new one that just started there. Also, probably 2026, we'll see another Del Webb right over here near Ocean Ridge Plantation. Ocean Ridge, by the way, is one of the communities that has a beach club. And
Hey, Chris, another for those people that love Southport, Stanley Martin has a development. I mean, it's golf cart distance to, downtown Southport. So for those people who have been here and love it.
That's right. Stanley Martin is building one that'll have about 70, 80 homes, maybe even more than that. That is what we call in the golf cart district. So it falls within a particular meets and bounds where it's permitted to get in your golf cart and go to downtown. And that is a fun thing to do because there's lots of festivals in Southport. The other one is Osprey Landing. This is Bill Clark is the builder developer, and that is also in the golf cart district. It's not on my map, but reach out to anybody on our team and we can tell you all about those communities. Thank you, Karen, for bringing that up. So back to Calabash. Okay. Seafood capital of the world. If you've not heard that, that is what Calabash is known for. Calabash is known for its seafood platters. And there's 3 ways to get your seafood platters at Calabash. Most people will get it fried. Other people will get it fried, or you could get it fried. So Calabash is definitely known for its seafood. You can get it boiled, and they have it boiled, and they have steaks there too. It's a lot of good eating, oysters and such. But that's a neat place to go. Shallot. Shallot, oat. Everybody pronounces it shallot or something else, but Shallot is a very, very growing town. We now have Hobby Lobby, and we're building a river walk on the Shallot River with, there'll be more shops and restaurants. We now have an amphitheater in Shallot. Sunset Beach is top 20 by National Geographic, top 20 beaches in the nation. and lots of great golfing communities. This is a photo of the Intracoastal Waterway, and I think that's actually Holden Beach there. So price-wise, properties are climbing a tad in the Shallotte area, but looking at, or excuse me, the Calabash Shallotte areas, combining the two. But look at the price point. Southport is about $455. Leland was about $425, and average selling price in the Shallotte Calabash area just a little over 350,000. So people are choosing this area down here in this darker shade of green because of price point, proximity to beaches, mecca of golf. So again, you can go back onto NC Coastal Living Homes and you'll be able to look at properties and what they're selling for on that website. Okay. So rapid fire, I tried to get as much information out there for you guys as I could. Does anybody have any questions that they want to drop into the box? Feel free to open up your mic if you have some questions that you'd like me to address.
Morning.
I don't. Again, it may look like we ought to look into Shallotte.
I think so. I think that would be a good one.
Do you have any other questions?
You know, let me just come and ask.
So what we do, just so you know, if you've not actually spoken to anybody on my team, a lot of my team members are here on the call as panelists. A typical event would be or appointment with our clients. Come in on a Friday. This is typical, but we work 7 days a week. Come in on a Friday. We identify the areas that are important to you. We look at the communities that are in those areas, but we really start with the outer edge of the martini, that being the area. The vodka is the community. The olive is the home or the property. So again, we want to make sure you drop the olive in the right glass. Gabby, you had a question about downloading. So if you go to Retire to NC and then scroll down to right here and then click on that map, and then you can get a better visual of that map, but you can download it right here. Okay, so Gail, thank you. Does the website allow you to search for communities that offer waterfront lots or marinas and access to the ICW? Okay, excellent question. That's a little bit more detailed. That I would highly encourage you to reach out to one of our agents to really dive deep on that. But if you look at this map, let me go. Yeah, if you look at this, so communities that offer waterfront lots. Okay. By definition of waterfront, Gail, if you could just put into the question, or you feel free to open up your mic. What would be your definition of waterfront? Is that ocean? Is that intracoastal waterway? Is that a pond? Is that a canal? So if you look onto the website right over here, and let's look at Southport as an example. And if you look here, it tells you what amenities are in here. And in particular, it tells you that there is a marina and a beach club. So you can see that part. But as far as a community that's on a barrier island, there are none, because there's not enough room on the barrier islands to put pickleball courts and clubhouses and these kind of things, and I actually get onto the ocean. But in terms of properties that have access to the ICW, so if you look back onto the map, so looking at Winding River, you wouldn't know just by looking at the map that it has access to the ICW, but it does, because Winding River is connected to the Lockwood Folly River, and the Lockwood Folly River flows into the ICW. St. James is connected directly and also has a marina on the ICW. Seascape, this community right over here, has direct connection to the ICW. Oyster Harbor has direct connection onto the ICW. So we can provide a detailed list on it, but I don't know that the website really says that, but that's a good point. Maybe I need to look into adding that. So Kay, was I seeing that Shallotte actually had prices increasing slightly? Yes, slightly, not big, but slightly. And I saw a question for okay, Gail, it could be anything with navigable water. Okay, all right. So communities that have navigable access, Oyster Harbor, Seascape, St. James, the bluffs at Cape Fear, way up here, is directly on the Cape Fear. We also have a community that's not on this map called Sunset Reach. Another one over here that is called the Bluffs at Cape Fear has access to navigable water. So Linus, if you would make a note that Gail is asking about navigable water so that we can reach out and email her a list on that. Gabby, you had a question about, I don't see, okay, the download. All right, so we took care of that. Also, great questions. Thank you all for attending this webinar. I do hope it's been helpful. So you can learn more about us at our Facebook, at Creekmore Realty Group, Instagram, YouTube. If we post anything most frequently, it is on YouTube. And from our YouTube channel, if you go onto our YouTube channel, you can watch our Martini Method again, but also this webinar will be recorded. We have what you call a discovery tour. So we are constantly putting out a video about different communities like St. James, like Ocean Ridge, like Compass Point. We've got some playlists on here where you can learn more about new construction and where can you buy land for new construction. We are, as it pertains to alpha or to new construction, we are Alpha to Omega. We help people identify what area they want to be in. We help people identify what community they want to be in. We help people, if they want to build, find the parcel that they want to own. And then we help people with the builder. So we help them meet today. I was on an appointment with a client of mine. We were interviewing 2 different builders to build on the land that they have purchased in Winding River. Doesn't stop there. Once we help them with the construction, figure out who they want to build with, then we help them with selections. We help them with structural selections. We are their boots on the ground because most of our people who are building are out of state. So Karen and John both have clients right now that are out of state, and we're helping them build. So we're taking photos and walking through that process. So we're very much available during the entire process. We don't just help you buy the land and see you. So we are 100% alpha to omega.
Is there any possibilities of resales and around 300,000?
Absolutely. So, excellent question. I didn't see who was asking that question, but so resale properties that are in around the 300,000. Okay. So, if you go back, actually, if you go on to here, okay, and look in particular in the Mallory Creek is a great community that you can get into the, although the price range says 400, there is most definitely resale homes in the 300s there. Also Meadowlands, a great community. This, what I'm looking at right here is nccoastallivinghomes.com. These same tiles are also available on this website, which is retiretotnc.com. So if you look here, and price point is displayed in here. Crow Creek, now the 200s are condos. Sea Trail, there's properties in the 200s. Sunset Ridge, properties in the 300s. Sandpiper Bay, definitely properties in the 300 in resales. So absolutely, there are properties to fit just about every price range.
On your websites that you're showing us, is there more listed on those than there is on Realtor.com?
I wouldn't say yes to that, because everything that is listed on Realtor.com is listed on it's put out on what's called an IDX feed. And so my website captures everything that is on the MLS. What my website does that's different is that it breaks it down into area and it breaks it down to community more so.
I like that.
But I'm sorry, who was it that was asking that question?
Jim,
Jim?
Yeah, James Clark.
Oh, James Clark. Okay. So James, what we can do is we can set you up on, call it a subscription, if you will, but we can tailor exactly what price point you want to be in and in what area you want to be in. So we'll reach out to you, James, and we'll send you a link, if you will, and then let's talk about the homes that we sent to you, and then let's massage it and kind of get your feedback so that we can really narrow a search for the two of you.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can go on to NC Coastal Living or Retire to NC. You can search properties by price category on these. So if you, as an example, let's go to Meadowlands, which is a really good example. So if you view the listings here, okay, well, only one for sale right now, so maybe not a good example. Let's go back to Sunset.
Years ago, we visited St. James.
Okay.
Actually, we stayed overnight there.
Okay.
And we have been up and down the coast, but that was quite a few years ago.
Okay. Okay. So, when people look at St. James, my first question is, are you a golfer?
No, that's why we decided not to go to St. James.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, it's a big way of life there. So, my question, James, is, what is important to you guys other than price point? What is something that the two of you really want to find in a community or an area?
Social activities.
Okay, so couple of things about that. So I just got Sunset Ridge on the radar just here at the moment. Sunset Ridge is a community with a clubhouse and a pool, and they've got not an activities director, but they have social committees. Sunset Ridge does not have a golf course, but they do have a golf league that are just Sunset Ridge people. But they also have a social committee for Halloween, Christmas, for getting engaged in Bible study. There's probably about 25 clubs that are established in Sunset Ridge. Now, there are some communities that have more than that, but one of the other things that's great about this melting pot of where we're at, called Brunswick County, New Hanover County, and Leland, Pender County, but this melting pot has also been a catalyst for the Newcomers Club. So you have a South Brunswick Newcomers Club, you have a Southport Newcomers Club, you have a North Brunswick Newcomers Club. These are great ways of meeting people in your community and outside of your community. If you have an interest in pottery, if you have an interest in art, painting, anything. So there's lots of ways to get involved with people. And again, my webinar next, and we'll send out an announcement on it. My next webinar, which is almost 30 days from here, will be all about social connectivity. What do people do in St. James? What do people do in Southport? What do people do in Sunset Ridge? So there is a plethora of opportunities in how to get involved.
What's the advantage of North Carolina versus South Carolina?
So, is the tax savings in South Carolina slightly better than North Carolina? A little bit. Of course, there's trade-offs for everything. South Carolina is the #2 tourist destination in the United States of America. If you look at the map of South Carolina here on the screen, the ICW is there. It does go through there, but the beaches are much larger. They're deeper. It's why they call it the Grand Strand. And because the Strand is so much deeper and more substantial, that also allowed for 14-foot or 14-story condo high-rises. So Myrtle Beach in South Carolina is built for density. The beaches out over here are more what we call family beaches. People will rent them by the week, not by the day. They'll rent them by the month, not by the day or 3 days. So it's just a little bit easier to get around, especially in the summer versus here. Now, again, is there some cost savings in South Carolina? A little bit. Part of what we can do is certainly, introduce you to both areas. I have an agent on my team, 2 agents on my team that can take you into South Carolina and show you the differences so that you can, make a very informed decision. Sorry, was that a question?
Hey, Chris, this is Steve. I've got a question for you.
All right, excellent.
I'm particularly interested in boating, using the beach.
Okay.
I'm assuming most of these places have RV and boat storage. And I think there may be a handful that actually have their own boat launch. I don't know if you can maybe highlight a couple that would have those features. That's my one question. And then my second question is around home sites.
Mhm.
Winding River in particular is one I think Trish and I want to head down and check that out next.
Mhm.
Seems to check a lot of the boxes for us, but the availability of home sites within some of these, particularly like Winding River, is there for future expansion within Winding River, or is there a limited number of home sites available? Like, are they done developing? Do you have any insights as to whether there'll be further expansion in Winding River or any of these other ones?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Whiting River is over 80% built out. John, if you can see him on my panel, John lives in Whiting River, and John is on a regular basis reaching out to the landowners, the vacant landowners, to ask them if they would be willing to release their property. Today, John listed a new home site, which is a great home site in Winding River at 119,000, and really, really good home site. There are opportunities, but is Winding River expanding? They will not be.
Okay.
Ocean Ridge, which does have a beach club, is expanding. When I say expanding, they're making land more available by putting the utilities to existing land to build on. So navigation, just sticking with Winding River as an example, right here is the river club for Winding River. You've got just day storage there, where you launch your boat and then put your trailer. But then also on the very upper end of Winding River, right here, you have a storage facility within the entrance of Winding River. So it's communities that are, well, are you a golfer? Is that important to you?
I'm not good. I would like to play more golf in retirement, but I guess you could call it that.
Okay. The community that I live in is called Oyster Harbor. Many people choose Oyster Harbor because of the boating accessibility and also kayaking. But Oyster Harbor is right over here. So we have at Oyster Harbor, we have $1 million, and I kid you not, $1 million boat launch right onto the Intracoastal Waterway. We have storage here, and we're expanding storage there. It is not a golfing community, but again, we're surrounded by golf. But people who choose a community like Oyster Harbor definitely do because they like the accessibility of boating.
Okay.
And another really good boating community, which also, let me just touch on something here for Winding River. It stands out from any of the other communities in that there's one really, really neat feature about Winding River that no other community has. So here you have your boat launch right there, and then you can tool right down the Lockwood Folly River, come into the Intracoastal Waterway, then go west on the Intracoastal Waterway, then come up over to Holden Beach, and then right there, dock your boat, and then get right on that little path and walk right over to the beach club.
Wow. Okay.
There's no other community that you can get to the beach club by boat and get to the beach club by auto.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
You mentioned another development earlier, Ryan Homes, 3,600 homes. Are
Mhm.
those, how many of these got me thinking about all these developments, and which ones are builder restricted or builder, like they screen the number of builders that can go in, or is it only one builder? Is that information available on the sites, or is it?
No, it's, yes, so that is definitely a conversation that I can expand at length about. But it's not really available
okay.
on the website. But let's talk about that for a moment. Two big opportunities that are coming. Ryan Homes, I wouldn't say is a great opportunity if you're looking for boating. Ryan Homes is a production builder, and that's it. That's the only builder you're gonna get in a Ryan community. Now down in Southport, there is a community right here that is expanding. And in this community, there'll be 7 different builders. And it's they have a program that's kind of similar to the way Brunswick Forest has been developing. Kent Homes will be one of the builders. Barker and Kennedy will be one of the builders. These are not production builders. Some are what we call a portfolio builder, and then some of them are true custom. Like Barker and Kennedy is a true custom. Kent Homes is a portfolio builder.
Yeah. Okay.
But we can definitely set a one-on-one Zoom, and I can walk you through more.
Yeah, no, that's great. We have plans to hopefully come down sometime this spring. We were hoping anyway, maybe April, for a day or two. One of your guys already spent 8 hours with us and did a phenomenal job. So we just have more work to do.
Awesome. Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for that question. Anybody else have some questions for us? These have been great questions, and I thank you all for attending.
What community were you just talking about that's going to be expanding in Southport?
Okay, it is, let me go back to my map. It's expanding along in through this area right over here. And they're changing the name of it, and I'm gonna have to get that for you because it's definitely work in progress. But this, let me zoom back out. Here's how you get onto Oak Island, right here. That's how you get onto Oak Island. And here's the Oak Island Airport, and it's back behind there is where that is coming. Was that James that asked that question?
No.
No,
Oh, okay. So we definitely, if you will go onto and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will be doing a video on this new community very soon. So one of my channels or one of my playlists is where can I buy land and build?
Imagine having access to the same plans that thousands of woodwork.
But that playlist will talk all about where can you build and what communities are expanding. So if you look at the full playlist, we're building upon that, but I will have one on that community coming very soon. Any other questions? So this is recorded, and it will be on my YouTube channel, so you'll be able to go back to see that.
Hey, Chris, Michelle asked about the Toll Brothers community, Ocean Isle, when they were here a couple weeks ago. Any updates on that? She has a couple questions in the Q&A.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see those. Oh, right here. Okay, Michelle. All right. in the area a few weeks ago, noticed Toll Brothers community. All right, I'll show you where that is. How far along they are, and exactly where it's located. Do you know what type of amenities that will have? And it does not have golf. Okay, so the Toll Brothers community is an Ocean Isle address, and it is located right in here. So very accessible to get onto Ocean Isle Beach, and this is another community you want to stay in contact with on our website as Toll Brothers is releasing information. We'll be providing more information, but they have not provided a amenity plan as of yet. So I'm expecting spring. They're going to be releasing a lot more information. They're building right here. They're starting to build some spec homes, which will actually be model homes right over here. And then there'll be, we will be getting more information on it, but it's very limited in what we know right now. I don't think you'll be able to take a golf cart to get onto the Ocean Isle Beach. But also talking, so Michelle, did you see the sanctuary? Did Karen take you into the sanctuary? But that's another community where there's new construction. And then also behind the sanctuary is also going to be, the developer is Logan Homes. There's going to be a new construction called Angel's Trace will be right here with another option. And then you have that there. And then there'll be another Del Webb community, which will be right in here. This will be another Del Webb community there.
Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Grateful for all of you that attended, and hope this was helpful. And if you're in communication with one of my agents, please stay in communication with one of my agents. And look for our YouTube channel. We're updating stuff there all the time. So again, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Thank you.